everyone, it's Maria here from Pepperly Rose Paper Crafting. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Sydney, Australia. Thank you all so much for joining me. Today I'm showing you an old stamp set which is making a comeback, and it's the Hey Chick stamp set. This will be available for sale on the 2nd of February, and I'm going to show you a picture. So that's what it will look like when you grab that. And then these are the dies that come with this stamp set. So you get like a wire, like a corn, you get the dies that cut out all of the shapes, the house and the sign, and it's got like a little tree stump, and it's got some corn plants. These will be available to purchase as well on the 2nd of February, and it's while supplies last. Now, I didn't actually pre-order anything. This stamp set I had the first time round during celebration. So because I did that and I had that, I had made a template with my Silhouette Cameo machine, and I had punched out a whole bunch of images. So the stamp I'm going to be using today is this gorgeous chicken. I love that chicken. I love the shape of it. It looks like a triangle. So I'm just going to grab that. But if you don't have the means of cutting these out electronically, of course you can always buy the dies, and they're available on the 2nd of February. So I'll take out this stamp and that, and then I've got a template here which I will use when I start stamping. I'm also going to be using the Stitch Shapes dies. I'm going to use the two larger circles. I'm using the Forever Flourishing dies, the All Wired Up background stamp, which I think is perfect for the chicken stamp set as well. And I'm using Forever Fern. The colours I'll be using today, and I may or may not use them, but it just depends, is Crumb Cake, Pumpkin Pie, Crushed Curry, and Real Red. So what I'll do to start off with is I'm going to grab my Stamparatus. And I forgot to take it out of its bag, but I've got this cool bag, and in it has, so that's the Stamparatus carry case, and I've got all my bits and pieces in there. So I'll bring out the Stamparatus, and I'm going to stamp off the image straight off the bat. So this will be upside down, so I'm very sorry. And I'm going to bring in my chicken, and I'm going to, now let's see if this is stamped the right way. Yep, this is the right way. So I've just fitted in there like a jigsaw puzzle, and I am going to bring in my magnet just to keep it in place. So that will be right in there. And I'm just going to stick in my stamp image. And actually, before I stick that down, I'm just going to make sure that I have placed the stamp correctly in with that image. Okay, so I've just positioned now, and what I did was I used some painter's tape underneath, but that should be okay. So what I'll do now is I will grab my cut chicken, I'll put it in its slot, and then I'm going to ink up my chicken stamp with Crumb Cake. Sorry, I just had a blank there of what that was called. Okay. And that's how that did it. I'm just going to leave it as is. It is a little bit off, but I don't care. Otherwise I'll be here forever trying to adjust it. It kept moving every time I was putting it in place, so I'll just let it be for now. Otherwise we'll be here all afternoon with me trying to fix that. So that is that with that stamp. And just grab the stamp set, put that away, and I'll put this in there too for the time being. And we are done with that stamping. And for the card base, I'm going to be using crumb cake. So I'll just grab that. So it's half an A4, and then I've scored it in half again. That makes an A6 card base. I've pre-scored this card base. So make sure it's nice and even. And I'll just get my bone folder and give that a burnish. I have some Whisper White cardstock that will go on the top of that there. And that's about 1/4 of an inch shorter than the card base size. Then I've got some Whisper White cardstock scrap and some Real Red as well. So with this Whisper White piece of cardstock, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ink up this little corner here. So I'm going to grab my craft mat, and I'm going to ink up in several colours. So I'm going to go Real Red down here, then I'll go Crushed Curry, and then I will go Pumpkin Pie or whatever. So that's the colours I'm going to use. So I'll just grab one of my makeup brushes, and we'll start off with the Crushed Curry, and we'll make it really subtle. I don't want it to be overly like harsh, so I'll just stamp off, and then I'll just lightly stamp on that. Not stamp, ink it. Okay, so that will do for that colour. Doesn't have to be like overly, you know, dark or anything like that. So I'm just getting rid of the Crushed Curry. And the next colour I'm going to grab is the Pumpkin Pie. And just stamp, dab off. I haven't really thought of the design through, so I'm just going with the flow. And then when you're blending, it's a good idea to go between the two colours to give it a bit of, so it looks like it's, you know, blending together. If you're kind of new to this, that's what you do. So I just always wipe off in between. And I'll just clean that off. And then I'm going to grab my Real Red ink. And I'm going to dab off and just go in as gentle as possible. And it's just a light colour. Okay? And so that is it. Just very, very, very light. I just hope this design turns out because I think it's super cute. I love that chicken. And to be honest, when I got that stamp set, I actually never used it. Never inked it, and then I forgot about it when I kept buying, you know, newer stamps. So I'm so glad it's making a comeback. So that's the 2nd of February. If you love the Hey Chick stamp set, that's going to make a comeback then. So I'm done with that now. I'll grab my Stamparatus again. And for this, I'm going to bring out the wired, all wired up stamp set. And I love that it is chicken wire. It's so cute. Alright, so what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to position this underneath here. And I'm going to grab my misty corners because I want to bring out the stamp to be lower. So we have some corners here, so I'm going to bring those out. And that has magnets as well. So I'll make sure that I position this correctly underneath, like so. So I'll get all of that image. Right, and then I'll just pop my stamp there. Then I'm going to ink this up very lightly with crumb cake. Okay, and then I'm going to grab a piece of just regular copy paper and I'm just going to go over the top like that. And then I'm just going to just very lightly stamp, and it doesn't have to be precise in any way. And it's just going to be chicken wire just wherever, okay? I'm going to put this away now. So if you're wondering if these misty corners, I know they're not a Stampin' Up product, but if you're ever wondering if these actually fit in the Stamparatus, they do. So just so you know. These are very handy to have. I'll pop these away because I won't need them. And I'll just clean this stamp. And clean my Stamparatus in general. And then we're done. Then we're going to start colouring in the stamp image. Just taking off the stamp. Pop that in here. And we're done with the stamping. So it's nice and quick. I hope this turns out okay because I'm not 100% sure. So this is my chicken. I'm going to grab my pencils. Now I've got them here to the side, but what I'm using is Faber-Castell watercolour pencils. You can use, you know, markers, whatever you wish. I like using watercolour pencils. I'm going to use that same that same paper there, and I'm going to colour that chicken and scratch off there. I'll scribble off, sorry. So I'm just going to grab a red that's very similar to real red. It's pretty similar. Maybe I'll just go up a notch with the colour. That's more, let's see. That is a really good match up, that one. So if you happen to have these pencils, it is the Craplac Matter colour. There you go. So I'm just going to colour the bit up here. I don't know what that's called. I'm not very good with chickens. And I'm going to use my Copic marker, but you can use whatever alcohol marker you want, and you can use that with your, see how nice to scratch off there. So I'll bring that up closer so you can see that. Isn't that cute? And then for the beak, I'm going to use an orange that's very similar to pumpkin pie. Let's see. I'd say that one's pretty close. So I want to use that one. Doesn't have to be precise. If you have the Stampin' Up ones, by all means use those. Whatever you feel comfortable with, guys. There's no right or wrong. Okay. Now with that chicken, the rest of it, I'm going to use a colour very similar to crumb cake. So I'll just grab that. It's not that close. Let's try this one. No. That is the closest I have to crumb cake. Or is it this one? I'd say that one. It's what you have, you know. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to colour the head a little bit. And then I'm just going to go on the perimeter and here and over here too. Like I'm just going to add just some colour where the artist has shown you can kind of add shading, and then just along here. And then I'm going to use my marker and I'll just colour the head. And then I'll just blend out. And that's my chicken all done. And I'll put that away. So what I'm going to bring out now is my die cutting machine. And I'm going to cut out 2 circles. I'm just going to bring in my appropriate sandwich. So we have number 1. So that's like your big shot platform. The number 2, which is like your thin die adapter with your big shot. Then I've got a cutting plate, like a number 3. Then I'm going to add my real red, and I'm just going to grab the, just move these out of the way. I'll just grab my Stitch Shapes dies. I'm going to use that one. And cut out that red circle, real red, the largest circle. So that's the real red one there. And then I'm going to get the second largest circle, and I'm going to cut out it in here. So I'll just grab that. So that's this one over here. And I'll cut that out. So that's that one cut out. So we'll have the circle on top of that one. We're going to add the chicken and this. Okay, I dropped the chicken. Just give me a second and I'll pick that up. Okay. So we'll add the chicken there. And this will go on here. But I want to add some other stuff too, like I want to add some kind of foliage. So I'll put this away for the moment, and then we're going to stamp some more stuff and we're going to cut them out too. So I'm just going to put this away for now. And I'll grab my stamp set, the Forever Fern stamp set, and we're going to cut out a few things and stamp them. So I'll bring my Stamparatus again. And I'm going to cut out this one here, and I'm going to cut that out in real red. but I'm going to stamp off. So I'm just going to use this for positioning, and I'm just using up all of my scrap paper. So I'll put that over here now. So I'll use up my scrap paper and take that off. I'm going to stamp that in real red, but I'm going to stamp off. So stamp off. Then I'm going to stamp on. That looks beautiful in real red. Gorgeous. Okay. Clean that off. And then I'm going to use this stamp over here in pumpkin pie. I'll just stamp that off. And I'll stamp that on. And that looks beautiful in pumpkin pie too, doesn't it? Gorgeous. Then, for the next image, I'm going to use this one over here in crushed curry. And that I will stamp off that one as well. Okay, so this is how they look. They looked absolutely beautiful. And then I'm going to use this image over here. So I'll just get rid of that stamp. Now, as I said, I didn't think this through 100%, so I'll see how this works out. I may or may not use these, but I'll cut them all out, and then I'll get that stamp. I will have to use another piece of paper. And where is it? Will this fit? You know what? Even if it doesn't really matter, because this will be hidden underneath anyway, so we'll just go with the flow on that one. So that's that one there. I will use crumb cake. Stick that in there. It looks like that. Absolutely perfect and beautiful. So I'm going to now put this away. And we'll see if that works out. If it works out, great. If it doesn't, I'll simplify it. So we'll just go with the flow. All right, so I'll grab my Stamparatus. Oh no, sorry, my die cutting machine, and we're going to use the dies to cut out all of these bits and pieces. So I'll probably make this bit go faster, so just enjoy the music in the meantime. So we have now finished the last of this. So I'll pop these away. All right. So I've cut out all of my little bits and pieces using the Forever Flourishes dies. They are absolutely beautiful. Forever Flourishing dies. Okay, so let's just bring our stamps together and our bits and pieces. What I'm going to do with this is I'm going to layer these two together. And let's do a mock of what it will look like. Like so. And then I'll add this, that, and this. And kind of make them go together like that. What do you think? I think that looks super cute, so I'll just grab my glue. And we'll just glue all these bits and pieces together. Okay, make sure that's in the middle. Okay. Add some glue dust down the bottom here. And I'll just use this as positioning. For positioning. And put that there. Okay. So that looks like that. This can go just here, just use that there. Pop that underneath. And I'll pop that here as well in the middle there. Okay, so I'm going to stick some glue around this piece. Now just make sure that I'll have it that way or this way. Just trying to think. I think I'll stick with the red being down the left-hand side. So I kind of referenced every colour that I've used, which is a good way of matching things so you don't have opposing colours of your colour scheme. So choose a colour scheme and then work with that, and then everything then seems like it's more seamless. Just reposition that a bit more better. There we go. And with this one, I'm just going to put glue just along the edges there. Now, I've done printing and cutting with my silhouette before, so I use any scraps that I don't end up using. And then that way, they're all underneath your things, your projects, so no one will really know unless they pull the project apart. And this is such a cute stamp set. I really love the chicken, especially this one. It's so, so cute. So look like that. Now I'm going to get rid of, as much as I can, the appealing. But it gives it like a rustic feel, so I'm not too fussed about that. I'm just going to grab some dimensionals and I'll put the chicken on those. About 3 dimensionals should do it. Oops. And I'll make the chicken go up this way. So it's like that. And that is my finished card for today. Isn't it cute? Now feel free to decorate the inside as you see fit. I'm going to leave mine blank. And I'm also going to leave it free from a sentiment. But that's my finished card for today. So this is a close-up. That's what it looks on the side. Isn't it cute? And around this way. And it's using crumb cake cardstock. And then I just coloured my base, my card panel there. And I just love the use of foliage with the chicken. It makes it look really nice and, you know, country looking. I love it. So if you're interested in purchasing any of the products you've seen today, that's the Forever Fern stamp set, the matching dies, the Forever Flourishing dies. These are great. I love them. The All Wide Up stamp set is, background stamp is fabulous. And of course the Forever Versatile stitched shapes dies. These are fabulous. These are great. You can purchase them now through my online store at pepperyrosepapercrafting.stampinup.net. If you have this stamp set in your collection, I suggest playing with it some more. And then, as I said before, you can buy the matching dies if you've already owned the stamp set. So that's the dies that you can get with this stamp set. And they're available for demonstrators now to pre-order. I haven't ordered these, but you can on the 2nd of February. And if you haven't got this stamp set but would like one, it's available on the 2nd of February and you can buy this stamp set then. So really cute things coming ahead. And it also coordinates with the Birthday Chick stamp set in the mini catalogue too. And they will have dies as well. So I'm featuring this stamp set because I already have it and I absolutely love it. And I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. If you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to leave me a comment below. You can contact me through my online store at pepperyrosepapercrafting.stampinup.net and I will answer your questions within 24 hours. Also, if you would like to follow me on my Facebook page, I have left a link below that you can follow me on Facebook as well, and you can ask me questions on there too. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you liked today's card. And here's another close-up. And I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.